In a valley, nestled between gentle, rolling hills, a flock of sheep grazed peacefully. And among them, something was different. A young lion, orphaned as a cub, was raised by these sheep. He learned their ways. He bleated when they bleated, ate grass when they ate, and feared the shadows just as they did. He saw his reflection in the still pools of water and saw a strange, woolly creature with a mane. He believed he was just a slightly misshapen sheep. His world was small, defined by the pasture, the taste of grass, and the constant, quiet fear of the unknown. His roar was a muted bleat, his powerful stride a timid shuffle. He was a lion, living the life of a sheep, completely unaware of the power coiled within him. One day, a great old lion, with a mane like a golden storm cloud, descended from the mountains into the valley. He was hunting, but what he found stopped him in his tracks. He saw the young lion, cowering among the sheep, nibbling on grass. The old lion was stunned, then filled with a deep, roaring indignation. This was an affront to nature, a king living as a commoner. He charged towards the flock. The sheep scattered in terror, bleating and scrambling for safety. The young lion, caught in the panic, tried to run with them, his heart pounding with the familiar fear he had known all his life. But the old lion was fast. He cornered the young one by the edge of a deep, clear lake. The young lion trembled, expecting the end. He closed his eyes, letting out a pitiful, sheep-like cry. The old lion didn't attack. Instead, he simply stood before him, a towering figure of strength and majesty. "Look," the old lion's voice rumbled, not with anger, but with a profound authority. He gestured with his massive head toward the water's surface. "Look at yourself." Hesitantly, the young lion opened his eyes and peered into the lake. For the first time, he wasn't just glancing at his reflection. He was truly seeing. Next to his own fearful face, he saw the reflection of the old lion. He saw the same golden eyes, the same powerful jaw, the same burgeoning mane around his own neck that mirrored the glorious crown of the old king. The similarities were undeniable. Shocking. It was like looking at a shadow and its source, a promise and its fulfillment. In that moment, the bleeding in his throat died. The image of the woolly, timid creature he thought he was began to shatter like glass. He was not a sheep, he was a lion. The realization hit him not as a thought, but as a tremor that ran through his entire body. "You are not a sheep," the old lion's voice echoed, seeming to come from the mountains themselves. "You eat grass. You run from shadows. You bleat in fear. This is not who you are." He then led the young lion to his den, where the remains of a fresh hunt lay. "This," he said, pushing a piece of meat towards him, "is your food." The young lion recoiled at first, the smell foreign and strange. But an ancient, dormant instinct stirred within him. A hunger he had never known, a craving that grass could never satisfy, began to awaken. Timidly, he took a bite, and with that first taste of his true sustenance, a fire ignited in his blood. The old lion then turned his gaze to the horizon, drew in a colossal breath, and unleashed a roar that shook the very foundations of the valley. It was a sound of absolute power, of sovereignty, of untamed freedom. It echoed from the peaks, rolled across the plains, and silenced every other sound. The young lion felt the vibration not just in his ears, but in his bones, in his soul. It was a language he suddenly understood. The old lion looked at him, his golden eyes challenging. "Now, you..." The young lion hesitated. All his life, he had only known the timid bleats of the flock. He opened his mouth, and what came out was a strangled, weak sound, a pathetic mix of a bleat and a cough. He felt a wave of shame. The old lion didn't mock him, he simply waited, a statue of patient power. "Again," he commanded. The young lion looked back at the lake, at the reflection of the king he was meant to be. He thought of the taste of meat, the fire in his veins. He drew a deeper breath this time, pulling air from a place he never knew he had. He closed his eyes and roared. This time, it was different. It was not the roar of the old king, not yet, but it was not a bleat. It was a raw, powerful cry that ripped through the air, filled with confusion, discovery, and a dawning, terrifying power. It was the sound of a king finding his voice. He roared again and again, each time stronger, louder, shedding the skin of the sheep with every note. He was waking up from a long, peaceful but hollow dream. He was remembering a truth that was written in his very DNA. He was a lion. How many of us are living in that valley? surrounded by voices that tell us to be small, to be safe, to blend in. We learn to bleat when we are born to roar. We learn to graze on mediocrity when we are built to hunt for greatness. We look at our reflection and see not the king or queen within, but the sheep we've been told we are. We accept the pasture as our world, forgetting the vast kingdom that is our birthright. You have a power inside of you, a unique and magnificent purpose that is waiting to be unleashed, but you've been conditioned to fear it, to mute it, to believe it doesn't exist. Look around you. Are the people you surround yourself with sheep or lions? Do they encourage your comfort, or do they challenge your growth? Do they offer you grass, or do they show you what you're truly capable of hunting? Sometimes, you need that old lion to come into your valley. A mentor, a book, a moment of crisis, a sudden insight that corners you and forces you to look at your true reflection. That moment that holds up a mirror and says, "Look, this is who you are." It's time to stop bleating. It's time to stop running with the flock when you were made to lead the pride. What is the grass you are eating? Is it the comfortable job you hate? The unfulfilling relationship you're afraid to leave? The limiting beliefs you've accepted as truth? That is not your food. Your real nourishment comes from chasing your ambitions, from facing your fears, from living a life of purpose and passion. It might be scary at first. The taste will be foreign, but one bite, just one taste of living your authentic truth, will ignite a fire that can never be quenched by the mundane. You will feel a hunger for more, for better, for the life you were destined to live. Now, it is your turn to find your roar. It might be weak at first. It might sound strange and unfamiliar. You might feel ashamed of its imperfection. Do it anyway. Find your voice. Start that project, make that call, write that first page, take that first step. Roar, and roar again. Each time you act in alignment with your true self, your roar gets stronger. You are not a mistake. You are not a misshapen sheep. You are a lion. The blood of kings and queens flows through your veins. The entire kingdom is waiting for you to take your place. The valley of comfort is a prison disguised as a sanctuary. It's time to break free. It's time to stop apologizing for your strength, to stop hiding your mane. Embrace the hunger for more. Find your pride, or build a new one. Your roar has the power to shake mountains, to inspire others, and to claim your destiny. So, I ask you, what are you waiting for? The old lion has shown you your reflection. The meat is before you. Take a deep breath. Remember who you are. And let the world hear you roar. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and join the pride.